How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2 Point Campus, and welcome back to 2 Point University, where we have a ridiculous number of students, a ridiculous number of courses, a ridiculous number of staff, and a ridiculous amount of money. Seriously, we're sitting on $5.1 million, and I have no idea what to do with that money. Well, I say I've got no idea. I have a bit of an idea. I've been talking about doing research for a while, and I figure we probably should get some research going in here, so I think that's probably something we can look into. Although I am going to just rearrange this space to get that right there, and that'll keep people nice and happy. Yeah, I figure some research would be a great idea, and I figure this space here would be a great place for it. So let's go into build mode immediately, and let's get ourselves some campus buildings. And what we'll do is I should probably look into how big a research space actually needs to be, because for the life of me, I cannot remember. But we'll just go for something like this. We'll just do this and see what happens, I guess. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. Although I do think having a door at the back might not be a bad idea. Just let people sort of walk through the space. So we'll go for this, and I guess I should probably go for some windows as well. Just because, you know, it's a research space. It doesn't have to be miserable though, right? We'll just get some windows along there, and we'll go ahead and get some windows along this end of things as well. Just up to about there, I think. As for this back wall, I guess sort of similar story. We'll do some windows there, and for the front wall, we'll go here and there. And that'll be perfect. That is campus building 11, which again, I think is, I don't know if we've had any other campus with 11 buildings on it, but I'm kind of here for it. I am kind of here for it. So let's get ourselves a path like this. Let's get ourselves sort of the darker bits on the sides. I think that might be wider than my paths usually are, but that's okay. We'll come over this way and do exactly the same thing at the back of the building, something like this, with the little lighter section down the middle. And I guess let's take a look at how big or small a research room can be. 4x4. That's actually not too bad. So it can be this size, which I'm kind of here for. So what we'll do is put the door here. We'll put the research thing itself, I guess. I want to say, I want to get it in like a good place. I think there should be just fine. The tables for this can go here and here. We'll do 2 of them. We can also throw in things like research lights to increase attractiveness, apparently, which I think they look really cool. They do look, and I think I've said this before, they do look like those light things that like streamers have all the time. And I say those light things that streamers have as though I don't also happen to have those lights. Those, you know, those hexagonal lights that like every streamer and YouTuber just had to have at one point over the last couple of years. Those things, like I have a bunch of them. I haven't put them up yet though, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, those things. We'll go ahead and put that there. We'll go ahead and put this guy, I guess, next to it. I'm starting to think that we might actually end up losing some of the wall decorations once we get to copying and pasting these rooms, but that should be all right. That seems like a good research space. $51,000 is good. Let's go ahead and copy this a few times over. And essentially what I want to do here, oh yeah, that's going to lose me some stuff. All right. We're going to go for some corridors here, I guess. I think this will work out. If I place you, can I copy you again and put you there? I totally can. That is going to give us a bit of a cramped space in front of that main door though, which I don't necessarily love. So can I move this room back a little bit and we'll just go for some narrow corridors? I guess, yeah, I guess that's fine. We can do some bathrooms in here as well. And this actually gives us room for 6 research spaces. I don't know if these are going to be super useful, but I do know that we have the money to do this. So I'm going to, basically. That's kind of the point I've gotten to with all of this. We'll get ourselves a nice big bathroom here. Go for a door right about there. Get the toilets just like so. And we'll get some sinks along this wall. And I guess that's okay. Maybe a little bin in here as well to try and stop the, garbage problems. But there we go. We'll also happen to set this to staff only, because that's kind of what these rooms are. And I guess we can decorate a lot of the... What are you doing? Oh, you are a teacher? Interesting. Okay, well, fair enough. We'll let them sort of chill in there. I do want to decorate a lot of this space, though. So let's decorate this really quickly to try and make it as nice as it can possibly be. And then we'll start looking at research projects. Oh no, this is good. We actually have an A grade average on the campus, and we're at attractiveness 80 out of 85. So we're getting to where we need to be. Down to 79%, but I mean, that's not the end of the world. We'll, I'm sure, manage to get back up to where we want to be. But for now, let's look into this whole research business and I guess see what we can do. So what is this? What does this do? Staff with internet history, sure. Does this just give me money? It does. I'm looking for academic stuff here. So unlock general knowledge and give me a general knowledge bookcase. All right. I actually like the idea of that. So we'll go for that. We'll go for green screen 2 so we can, I guess, develop marketing. And I guess we'll also go for VR platform 2. That seems fair enough. And then in terms of other things, what do I need for these? Academic expertise, mega hand, staff with robotics, I guess, super chef. So science, staff with scientography gives me the upgraded science hub. That might not be a bad idea, to be quite honest. I would also like, if possible, to be able to upgrade some other things, but I think the scientography staff are kind of what we're going to be looking for. So that would mean that I need a scientography course. So I don't know that we're going to be doing that anytime soon. But let's take a look at attractiveness and see how we're doing. We're actually doing really well in this building, which is lovely. So let's just fix up this bathroom with, I guess, a plant. If I can get a plant in that corner, I don't think I can. Can I get this? That's invalid room. Okay, what about you? Invalid room for posh painting, all right. Invalid room for canvas. Invalid room for poster. I don't think I can put anything in there, unfortunately. So that's, yeah, that bathroom's just gonna stay as is. This space is bloody filthy as well. And this down here is a little bit uninspired too. Let's get like a poster, and let's get another poster to try and brighten up that corner. Up to 82%. We'll get a poster here as well. We'll go for a nice canvas in that space, and now that's a better looking dormitory. We've got a lot of space around here, could use a bit of love. Decent bit of space around here that could... Why is this room filthy? The hell is this about? Why on earth is this room filthy? Get that in there to brighten up that space as well. We'll go for a poster down here as well to brighten up that space. And just another dormitory. I think we did get up to 82% there briefly, so I think if we could clean up this space, I'm pretty sure we can do this. I'm pretty sure we can get that 85% no problem at all. Although looking at this, I mean, this is also quite miserable looking. So we'll get a poster there, and we'll get another poster there, and we'll go for the cat. We'll go for the inspirational cat poster for that gym as well. And so, yeah, I think it is just going to be a case of tidying the place up, which is making me think that my janitors might need to be better. But to be fair to the janitors, a lot of them are, in fact, being educated. There's a lot of them going in for aerodynamics, so they should end up being a little bit faster. So hopefully it's not going to be too long before we get that 85%. Now, I am noticing that there are some queues for this library, so why don't we go ahead and build another one? Why don't we get ourselves a dedicated little building down here for another campus library? And what I think we'll do is go for something relatively simple on this. We'll go for something that goes a little bit closer to this path just because I can. And I think I'm going to bring a little bit of something over here as well. And that's where the entrance can go. So that's going to be the entrance space, and this is going to be a giant library. And honestly, I'm kind of here for it. I think it's going to look really cool just having this dedicated library space up here. And hopefully it can help our students to do even better than they're already doing. The A grades are already there, but we might as well. We might as well try and go all out. We might as well try and make this, you know, as good as it can possibly be. So we'll go ahead and do, I guess, a little something like this. We'll go ahead and build that. And then for the library, I mean, it's going to be a pretty huge space. It's going to be absolutely enormous. But I like that. I actually really like the idea of just this giant library. And we can put a bunch of assistants working in here as well. We can make it a really cool space. And so we'll do this, right? So that's, you come in, you got the desk right there, and we can just go and put everything we're gonna need. So funny business, for example, we can get a bunch of these bookcases in here. Although I think what I'll actually do is get some of these cubicles around here first, right? So we'll go and do, I guess, a couple of these guys by those windows. We can get a couple of these guys in here as well. We can, I think, aren't there other types of cubicles? Am I imagining it that there's, oh, they're up here, I'm blind. Okay, well, that makes sense. That was wondering for a second if I was losing it, but no, they completely exist. So we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll get this guy as well. These could be a lot closer together. These absolutely could be a lot closer together. Hold on. I am gonna make these a little bit more compact just because I feel like I should. I do feel like these guys should just be, you know, as tightly packed as possible. It's gonna be a big library, but that doesn't mean we have to get silly with our, you know, space usage here. And so I think this will be pretty good for a library. $200,000 for that one right there, but it's pretty packed. It's got a lot of stuff in there, I'm thinking. So yeah, I think this will be pretty solid. We'll go ahead and get 3 assistants for it. We can just go in here and see what our choices are. We'll go for Rosie Asparagus, who is going to work right there. We'll go for, let's see who else, Emily Flog, who is going to work in there. And we'll also go for, I mean, I guess we'll go for Herman Pebble. I also don't know why they're out of uniform. That's kind of weird that they're not in the uniform that I'd put them in. I'm thinking I'm going to have to do something about that, but sure, we'll go ahead and make sure all of you are working in that library. I'm also wondering if they, no, they are working there. Okay, so perfect. Why are you guys not in uniform though, is what I'm wondering. You were supposed to be mummies, I think. I don't remember, but you are now, is what you're going to be. And there we go, giant library. I would imagine that the attractiveness is actually pretty poor in there. That's surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad. But, I mean, we can fix that. We can go and say, you know, put this chair right here, for example. We can go and do, I don't know, we can do a rug outside the library, I guess. Might as well. We can do some art right about there. And I guess what we do is we try and just dot some art around the rest of the library too. So a little bit of paintings around here, a little something just to make it a bit better looking. And that'll probably help us out. And honestly, this library in general is probably going to do wonders to make sure that our grades are where they need to be. So that's fantastic news. Just got another set of campus points. We're up to 20. So the end of this academic year might let me upgrade a couple of things. And what is this? VR Lab Prestige Level 7. That's not going to be happening. Unfortunately. I'm well aware of my VR labs. They are not the biggest. So I'm going to sort of leave it be there. And I guess, oh, now hold on a minute. We have just got the upgrade for the VR platforms. And we can also start the research project for the next one, as well as the next green screen as well. So that'll be great. We'll get those upgraded. Upgrade all the VR platforms. And I suppose we should get more pastoral care, now that I think about it. And possibly more medicine too. I think we do only have, what, 2 of those? If I'm not mistaken, yeah, we get pastoral care there, medicine there. So yeah, we could probably use more medicine and probably use more pastoral care as well. So I think that might be my next little project here, is getting both of those things going. Although, with the end of this academic year coming up, I'm really curious to see if the attractiveness goes up now that my janitors are going to be able to go around and hopefully clean things. But let's take a look at the courses real quick. Anything I can upgrade? No. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. No new courses either, which is fair enough. I need another dark arts teacher and another virtual normality teacher. All right. So dark arts is going to be you, and virtual normality is going to be you. And that means we can just go ahead and start the next year, which honestly, I'm not going to do because I do. Oh, hello. How are we doing? Oh my God. That is a lot of awards. What is this? Best teacher, rising staff, student choice, cutting edge campus, campus of the year, queen of clubs, and king of hearts. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna let the students all leave. I'm gonna let my janitors go and do their thing. We still only have 16 janitors. I think what I'm gonna do is hire 4 more. We'll go up to 20 of them. And I'm looking for janitors that have aerodynamics, but it doesn't seem there's too many of them. So we'll go for Lauren Funkel, and we'll go and get ourselves Edmund Muck as well. And I guess we can also get ourselves, what do you have? Happy Thoughts? Sure. We'll go for that as well. So that's hopefully gonna let us go ahead and clean the place that little bit better. Having the extra janitors seems like it would make sense, right? That seems like it would be a good thing. Although I guess we should, before we go into this new year, also do the thing that I said I was gonna do and get more medical stuff, get more pastoral care, right? That seems important, given that we're gonna have, I mean, if we look at the course, 301 students. That's a lot. That is a ridiculous number of students. And there we go. We have a bunch of medical offices. We have some pastoral care. That should keep the students relatively happy. It's also nicely decorated. And also, this happened to level up the campus. So if we wanted to, we could get another course. And I'm tempted. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really tempted. Scientography would probably make the most sense. And so I think that's kind of what we're going to do. And it just needs a scientography teacher, so sure, I guess. I mean, we might as well go for it and just continue to expand the place a little bit. So yeah, we'll grab Ernest Flush right there. And we can also go and grab some prizes for some things what I've done. And then we'll start the next year. So that's going to be even more courses, which is great. And that probably does mean that at some point we're going to have to continue to expand with more rooms, but honestly, that's fine. I think we'll manage. I do just want to make sure to get some bins in here to make sure that place stays nice and clean. And I'm also kind of thinking some bins in here might be a bit of an idea as well. As well, perhaps, as some bins just sort of dotted around a bit more of this space, just so we can hopefully keep this as clean as possible. We are so close to getting that increased attractiveness rating, and somehow it's dipped down even further, which I don't appreciate. I mean, if I look at things like, attractiveness in general, I am really wondering if it's counting like outdoor spaces, because if it is, that seems a little unfair. I'm gonna be honest. It seems a little unfair if it's counting outdoor spaces. I am gonna put that there though, because I think that looks really cool. I guess if it is counting outdoor spaces, I should probably do something about that. So maybe some trees just sort of dotted along here on the way to the that new library would be a bit of an idea. 83%. I think this is actually working. Good Lord. All right. Let's get some trees dotted along here as well, just in front of those windows, because that makes sense, I guess. And then over this way, we can get some trees. We go for slightly different trees. I think these ones are bigger, yeah. Go for these guys, just sort of either side of the new building there. And we'll go ahead and copy you. And we'll just go for this, and this. 84%. These really do count. Okay, The outdoor space really actually does count to everything. All right. I mean, this looks all right. I am thinking it's going to want some trees in here now, though, which is frustrating, but doable. I think this one's quite tall but thin. So we'll go ahead and just put some trees by all of these windows as well, just between the buildings, because that's apparently a thing that matters. And honestly, it does. I mean, obviously we have the overlay going, but it does look kind of cool, I suppose. It doesn't look too bad. I'm actually going to mirror the pattern from up here down here so that we have some symmetry going on. So I think something like that. And if we turn off the overlay, it actually does. It does look kind of nice. And it is similar to what I do in City Skylines. I do put trees everywhere in City Skylines, and I have another award, good lord. 250 students join the speedwalking club, not bad. How much kudos have I got? 461, all right. Oh, it went down a percentage, really? Come on, don't do that to me. Don't be like that. Let's, oh, I forgot we can upgrade the science hub now as well. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's also go for VR Platform 3. And I guess let's go around and queue some upgrades for all of my VR platforms, since that'll make those students that little bit better. I think that one's already been upgraded. And I think I've got one more over here as well. Yeah, right there. So we'll go ahead and upgrade you. And I think that is all of them now. Not bad. All right, let's take a look at staff. Let's see. Why is this red? Why is that red? I don't know why those numbers are red up there. I don't necessarily know what that means. Is this what's going on here? Is that bin just not it's not accessible all of a sudden? Is that? No, I don't know why these numbers are red. I actually have no idea. I'm really concerned. But sure. Let's hire you to work in pastoral care. Let's go and hire you to work in pastoral care. And let's hire you to work in pastoral care. And then I need to go and set you guys to, I guess, only work in pastoral care. And there we go. So that's been sorted. And I've just remembered that the research hubs themselves can all be upgraded as well. So we should absolutely get these things sorted out so that they are a little bit more efficient in and of themselves. Now, what else have I done here? 3,000 countercultural studies students. Not bad. Not bad. This campus is doing wonders for me. It really, really is. I'm actually so pleased with how this is turned out. I actually really like this road, this path here. Again, very similar to the current City Skyline series with the trees on either side of what's essentially like a boulevard for the campus. I'm also pretty sure, yeah, we are about to end a class, so we should be about to see a whole bunch of students just sort of start pouring out into the campus here. Oh, there they are. There they go. Oh, there's so many of them. There's really so many of them. Good lord. And it's really cool though. That's the thing. I've never had this many students in any one campus. So I am really kind of enjoying this. It's really, really neat. Although, how's the general happiness? 75%. All right. Academic results are 83%. That's not bad either. So one little something I figured would be a good idea is getting 4 staff rooms into this space, because we have hired so many people and we haven't really expanded the number of staff rooms in a while. So that's essentially what this is. It's 4 staff rooms. This one has a capacity of 6. These 2 have capacities of 6. These 2 have capacities of 7. And I would imagine that is going to help us out a little bit. Now, apparently we need a wizardry bookcase, which is news to me. Not really 100% sure why we need a wizardry bookcase, but fair enough. Could I get it into the new library? I feel like I probably could. Let's put it there for a second. Let's delete this guy, and we'll move this and just put it, I guess, right about there. and that'll be fine. So that should keep them pretty good in terms of that assignment. You want a prestige level 7 VR lab is not going to happen, and they're just going to have to deal with that as well. Now, we have been sitting exceptionally close to this 85% rating. It got to 84%, and it's back at 84. It's just, it is painfully close. Improve the look of your campus by placing attractive items inside and out. Hire janitors to water plants and clean up litter. All right, let's go a little bit crazy again, and let's just see what we can do, because we're so close on this. We are so close to doing this. Let's get a nice sunflower up in this space. That seems kind of nice. We can go for, I guess, a nice sunflower next to this bin. That'll kind of brighten up that space a little bit. It'd be nice if I could get something decorative down here. Maybe maybe some kind of rug would be the way to go on this one. Maybe you, just right there. That actually works out kind of nicely. Okay. This space is actually looking surprisingly well covered in terms of its niceness. These lecture theaters, on the other hand, could be better. The bathroom's a bit miserable. These rooms are also a bit miserable. And I guess this pathway sort of through here isn't too great either. So let's take a look at that and see what I could do. I don't necessarily want to go too crazy covering all of this space in trees, but I guess we might as well try and do something. So we'll use you, and we'll do this. We'll do this. So that's a couple of nice little trees there. We could do a nice little tree there as well, just to sort of fill that space with some natural life, I guess, is the word we'll use on that. And then back here, I don't know if I want to put a tree there, but I might as well. And honestly, I just feel like I'm overdoing it. I feel like it's almost too many trees. I really do. It feels like it's almost, it does feel like it's almost too many of them. It's getting a little bit silly in a couple of places around here. To be honest, I do feel like it's mostly a garbage problem. I feel like I've not put enough bins everywhere, and that's kind of the major issue. Is that something? Can we look at, like, there isn't a litter overlay, is there? Is it just like entertainment and stuff like that? That's temperature. That's hygiene. That's room prestige. There is no litter overlay. Although I guess it would probably show me an area being a little bit more miserable if there was litter just lying everywhere. So maybe litter isn't a problem. Maybe it's not a litter problem at all. Maybe it genuinely is. It's just an issue with, oh, that leveled up the gym. That's nice. Maybe it is just an issue with the place not quite being nice enough. And there we go. We are a 2-star, 2-point university. I didn't think it was possible that we'd see TPU back on its feet for a second go around. I just didn't think that anyone could, would, or should be bothered. I certainly wasn't. All the same, people do seem delighted. To each their own, I suppose. Not bad. So we need a monthly profit of $100,000. We need an average happiness rating of 80%. And A+ grade students need to graduate. That's actually not all that difficult. The monthly profit part, I'm pretty sure is doable. The accommodation rating in the campus is also, it seems to be 100% across the board. Are these places? Yeah, they're not so good. So these places could be better. So that says to me that maybe we should copy this building and do another run of dormitories in there would be a bit of an idea, just to make the place a little bit nicer. We could throw them back here if we really wanted to, which, to be honest, I kind of want to. So I'm going to place a campus building back there, and then I'm going to grab a bunch of dormitories here, and we'll go ahead and duplicate them. And this will give us a little bit of bonus happiness, which is fantastic. That's kind of what we're looking for. But I think we're also going to need student unions. We're also going to need student lounges and just more stuff for the students to do. to get their happiness up a little bit further. So I think this right here is good in terms of a new dormitory, although I have made this path a little bit too chunky over here. So let's just very quickly go and do something about that, because I don't love how thick this path is. So essentially, these bits can be doubled up here, and then we'll go and turn that outer layer of the darker path into grass. And I think what I'm also going to do is very simply go in and get ourselves another student union, another student lounge, and all that good stuff. And I think we'll focus on stuff that's going to make the students happy. So I think initially, where is the student, the dedicated building for this? This right here. Let's copy campus building 10 and let's just build it. You know, I actually like the idea of building it sort of up in this space. I also like the idea of building it here. I think that's actually kind of cool. The idea of just putting it sort of in this area. But I think the simplest thing to do would be to put it right here. So we'll go ahead and build it there. And then we'll go and copy this student union, and we can swing it around, and it's just going to live right about there. And that's perfect. That's all we need. We do need another assistant though, so we'll go ahead and hire someone simple. We'll go for Adam Debauchery. I think we'll do just fine, and you are going to work in that student union if you don't mind. And then we can go and get some paths to connect this all together. And I'm hoping that the additional student union there is going to push student happiness up quite considerably. Now, we did have 49 A+ grade students graduate, so we're pretty much halfway on that goal. Student happiness is 77%. Monthly profits are whatever. But I'm wondering if I can get student happiness a little bit higher. I mean, the accommodation rating here is 83%, which isn't too bad, but I do feel like it could be better. Although I feel like the only way to get it a little bit better is to maybe just throw another ridiculous amount of dormitories at the place. But let's just start the academic year and see what happens. We also have some awards here, which is lovely. Don't mind if I do. Don't think there's anything else to claim. Oh, there is. There we go. So yeah, we'll bring more students in. We'll see what happens. We'll see if they graduate with, A+ grades. We're doing all right in terms of grades, although I think, still 83%. So hopefully their happiness does go up. And I guess what I can do is just schedule more things for them as well, right? So we can go and say student union party. We can run it for a full month from the end of November. Repeat that every year. We'll schedule another one for the start of October. Repeat that every year. We'll go and get DJ, or I don't know, who do we want in here? I guess the honor rollers might be an option. So we'll schedule them for end of March going into April. Get that going every year. And let's see. Open mic night. Absolutely. Absolutely did an open mic night. And that can be, I guess, June, all through July. So there we go. I imagine that'll help them be a little bit happier. It's got to. So the good news is we've got the happiness rating to 80%. We're obviously a level 45 campus and have been above level 35 for a while. And there is a solid chance that by the end of this year, we will see 51 students graduate with A+ grades. That's all great. The issue at the moment, to be quite honest, is this. Our monthly profits are terrible. And so I'm not 100% sure that we're actually going to achieve $100,000 in profits, because if I remember right, it's been a while since we actually had profits close to that. We did at one point have that. We absolutely at one point had that. We just haven't in a while. At least not ever since I started working on research projects and ever since I hired this many staff. So I mean, I don't know that 2 Point University is going to be a 3-star campus. But to be honest, I don't hate the idea of being a 2-star campus. I think we've done really, really well here. I'm really, really pleased with how this whole thing's looking. I think it looks fantastic. I mean, we haven't filled the entire map, but we're pretty friggin' close. We are we are really friggin' close. We have over 300 students in here. It's pretty wild. And so I think, to be completely honest, that's gonna do us for 2 Point University, which is the level, and also for 2 Point Campus, the game. At least until there's some kind of DLC or update or expansion that we can jump back into and check out. But I feel like at this point, I have well and truly done absolutely everything that there is to do in 2 Point Campus. I could further micromanage things. I could build buildings specifically for certain courses. I know there's a couple of things like that I haven't done, but I like the idea of holding off and doing that in a future little mini series on whatever DLCs there may be or may not be, or I don't know. I like the idea of holding off and then going pretty hard on the micromanagement in the future. And so that is gonna do us for today and for 2 Point Campus. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.